Hey guys, it's RockTheGolem, and welcome to the Shadows That Run Alongside Our Car. Kind of a very lengthy title for a game, but hey, who am I to judge? This is yet again another indie game I found on itch.io. It's supposed to be a visual novel that takes place in a post-apocalyptic zombie universe, where two strangers, as you might be able to tell based on the title and the picture, are just driving along inside of a car as the day progresses and eventually turns to night. Now, from what I've read, as the night comes upon them, it's supposed to actually become more and more dangerous, and they, quote-unquote, the shadows approach and get closer. So I'm wondering if we're actually going to see some zombies, or if it might just be like kind of an experience type game where we see what the two characters go through. But let's stop wondering about it and actually get into the gameplay and find out. Whose eyes will you see the road through? Well, I am a guy, so I will go with the guy, because I feel like that might be a little more authentic. Gun it. Okay. I put the pedal to the floor. The wheels screech as we pull out into the lane. The car swerves, but it doesn't really matter. There's no one else out here as far as the eye can see. Oh, how nice. The abandoned station shrinks behind us until it's gone. And then it's just us. Oh, good. I can still read as good as I always have. God. And the long road. Oh, just a lot of silence, huh? Silence from her as well. The world outside the windows passes by us in abstract, like the whole world's given up on having any meaning. Kind of makes sense. You know, they really should clean this car. Look at all the cobwebs. God, I wouldn't want to be in a car like this. Oh, you know what? Those probably aren't cobwebs. That's probably the windshield being cracked. Never mind. We drive in silence. And she plays with the window. Okay. After a while, I hear the faint buzzing of the power window being rolled down. You sure that's a good idea? It's not like zombies are just going to hurl themselves at a moving car. I don't know, maybe you guys don't have Walking Dead in your universe, but that happens quite often. Fair enough. Well, that was a thrilling conversation. That is actually how I end most of my conversations, is just with the phrase, fair enough. So, guess this is kind of strange to be asking after 3 whole days, but what's your... Really? 3 days? You haven't asked her name? You know, maybe you could have done like 3 hours. That would have been a little more believable. And do you have a bullet hole in your chest? What happened to you? Right, we never did introduce ourselves. No, we've just been sitting in the car, driving along, and actually going to rest stops together for 3 days. But no introduction was warranted. What should her name be? Yeah, what the hell, we'll keep it Shelby. Enter. Shelby. Well, nice to officially meet you then, Shelby. My name's... Dustin. Nope. Not at all. This is me playing. That's my name. RockTheGolem. RockTheGolem. Is she gonna think that's weird? Okay. Nope, she just accepts that person completely. Like, there's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. And then back to silence. That was short-lived yet again. The car shudders briefly as we rumble over a series of potholes, but then the road smooths again. The humming of the engine reminds me of a storm brewing far off on the horizon. Wait, reminds me of a storm? Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Beyond these occasional noises, we sit in silence. So what were you doing before everything happened? Huh, oh. Wow, that's the first time she's actually started a conversation. Alright. Guess I'm not so intimidating after all. I feel like people would find me intimidating in a zombie apocalypse. I don't know, maybe that's just me. What was I doing? God, what was I? Alright, how long has the apocalypse been going on that you don't remember what was happening? Like, I remember where I was during 9/11. Come on. A whole lot of nothing. I bet that sounds super impressive, huh? Just a scruffy drifter. Alright, that kind of works. Not sure she wants to hear that. I... Dodge the question, bend the truth. I don't want to lie to her. I think I'd rather just dodge the question. Like, that's not so much lying, it's just kind of keeping a secret. I am not a big fan of lying, so dodge the question. You know, this and that. I never really settled into one thing in particular. What about you? This ride is yours, right? Yeah, well, it's really my dad's car, or was. Is your dad a walker now? Yeah, I guess so, or at least he's dead. Even when he was alive, though, I was the only one who ever drove it. Guess he didn't. Sorry, never mind. Yeah, probably a touchy subject. Oh, never mind. It's okay, the booze would have killed him eventually anyway. Huh. Well, at least you've come to terms with it quite nicely. And it's just gotten darker. More red rather than orange. Pretty quiet in here, huh? Surprisingly, not as much noise as at the end of the world. Yeah, go figure. Do you think that there's any radio stations left? Probably not. I believe, like, maybe on AM, like, kind of like in a I Am Legend, there might be something running, but I highly doubt there's any, like, music stations. I'd be pretty shocked if so. Reckon it couldn't hurt to look, though. Yeah, why not? 101.7. She fiddled with the dial. I'm pretty sure we're not going to find anything. Static comes in and out in waves. Every so often the distortion gives the illusion of an actual sound, but then it goes right back to nothingness. Just then, though... Hang on a sec, go back. Interesting. I think I actually heard something. The noise phases in and out, then as something comes into auditory focus... Bullshit! Really? Is that mariachi? I was gonna say that, but... And silence. Some more silence? Oh, they're just laughing about it now. Okay. I can't contain myself. The sound is unmistakable. Horns blare joyously over the static in a sick fanfare, while a man's voice wails soulfully over it. I have not heard a voice yet, but that's okay. I'm laughing so hard I nearly pissed myself. Shelby's nearly there, too. That was not what I was expecting. Yes, folks, at the end of the world, there will be nothing but mariachi. Who the hell's out there running this? Good question, actually. Of all the music that would be left. Who knows? Maybe their station's on, like, autoplay. Man, I sink back into the driver's seat, letting my mind drift into the music. The dissonance is almost comforting. As the fractured chords wash over me, I try to pretend that I'm lounging in a truck bed somewhere. Alright, fair enough. Out in the sun, mid-afternoon, shirt damp and dirty from a hard day's work. Well, you are a drifter, so maybe that's the lifestyle you're used to. For a moment, I almost believe it. The music falls short for a few seconds before starting up again. Wait, isn't this the same song again? Yeah, so that's exactly what it is. It's on autoplay. It's probably an endless loop, because why wouldn't it be? Whatever, you're on the FM station, so eventually you're gonna get out of range anyway. Sure seems that way. Guess it's just ghosts in the ways after all. Yes, because ghosts just love mariachi. And the undead aren't exactly interested in DJing. You don't know that. What do you think a zombie'd even listen to? Oh, jeez. Is death metal too obvious of an answer? Yes. Yes, it is. Rob Zombie, or maybe they're all into baby metal these days. Is baby metal still a thing, actually? Because, like, people talked about it for like a month and then stopped talking about it, so does that still exist? I don't know. I think the Grateful Dead seems more apt. You know, I've always wondered this, but what are they grateful for, exactly? You always wondered that, huh? I have never wondered that once, to be honest with you. Maybe they finally found themselves some peace. Peace, huh? I wish they'd let the rest of us have some. Yeah, good point. Ain't so bad right now, anyway. Well, except for that. The mariachi music. I shake my head at the radio controls. Okay, so what are you into anyway? Oh, you know, BDSM, whips, chains, that sort of stuff. Music-wise, I was really... God damn it, I can't read. I really like Alanis Morissette, top 40 hits, that sort of thing. You, and don't tell me it's baby metal. Ah, that was going to be my answer. Well, will you judge me if I say I actually haven't heard of them? No, that might be for the best. Fair enough. What do you listen to then? Most people look at me and expect me to be some into the Stones or Marley or something, but... Well, you probably actually judge me more for this. Try me. No. ABBA. Really? Like, oh god, what's the song that they do? Is it Dancing Queen? I think it is. No, was it Mamma Mia? They did a cover of Mamma Mia, I think. I don't know. Why am I even bothering to think about this? Anyway, just as I thought, she starts laughing at my expense. Well, you chose ABBA, so it's a nice sound, though. I'm not going to be poetic and say that it sounds like music or anything like that. Still, it's good to hear. Told you. Yep, you did. No, it's fine. Their music's catchy. I mean, my parents listen to ABBA, but it's fine. Your parents? Yeesh. How old are you anyway? You seem a bit young for Alanis. How old do you think I am? Oh, this is always a loaded question. Yeah, exactly. I'm pretty sure there is no right answer to that question. Except for that one. Yes, that is the correct answer. I'm 22. Fair. I would have given her, like, 18, 19. But then again, this is like an anime style. I probably wouldn't give him more than like 22. Huh. Shit. God, that's so young. How old are you anyway, dude? She's practically a kid. She's 22. And in a zombie apocalypse. You stop being a kid when you're like 12. Just ask Carl. What was I doing when I was 22? Still wasting my life, I reckon. Wonder if she's even been to school. How long has this been going on? That young and the whole damn world's crashing down around her. I try not to make a face, but I can see my knuckles going white as my fingers grip harder into the wheel. This music's kind of similar to ABBA, isn't it? All peppy and stuff? I don't think so. You should be happy to have it. That's sure an optimistic take on it. Alright, enough of you. And the music's off. Thank God, that was actually pretty loud. I reach down and turn the volume knob to a sharp left, and the radio blissfully goes silent. Farewell, Wailing Man, which we've never heard once, you lying game. Now, it's just us again. Nothing? And did you ever expect things to end up this way? You know, I don't think anyone ever really expects a zombie apocalypse, except the government. Because they did have, what was it, Con Plan 8888, I think it was? Seriously, it's a real thing, look it up. It's getting dark, huh? Wow, just avoiding that question, aren't you? The sun sets so late in the summer. Ignoring me, huh? Sore topic, huh? Ooh. You know what? I'll be upfront with it. Sore topic. I guess she doesn't want to think about it. I can't say I blame her. I'm a bit surprised we still have any light at all at this hour. Especially without the street lights at all. It's just like the sky's been saving it up. Actually, I think the reason for that is because, what do they call it? Light pollution? So without streetlights, you'd actually notice more light, like ambient light, in the world itself. It's the reason why city people can't see the stars. Looks a bit like a dying fire. Kind of fitting for the end of the world. Yeah, makes sense. You still have your window rolled down halfway, by the way, and it's getting very dark now. So you never really told me what it is that you do. I mean, it doesn't have to be a job or anything, but well, what do you like to do, or what did you do before everything? Actually, I worked a lot. I didn't really have time for much other than that. I would wake up, shower, go to work, have a lunch break, back to work, get off work, eat dinner, and then watch TV for a few minutes before passing out. Ugh, that does not sound like a very happy, enjoyable life. And then the whole thing would start all over again in the morning. I think we've all been there at one point. That was about it. I guess that'd be most people's story. It's tough out there. Was tough. Probably tougher now. It all depends on how you look at it. All kinds of pointless in the end, isn't it? Oh God, I'm so stuffy right now. I apologize, guys. Like, I'm not sick this time, amazingly, but my allergies have been killing me. Springtime, it's a bitch. You work your damn tail off and everything goes to pot anyway. Now, you talking about pot as in like going to shit, or pot as in like actual marijuana? And you just wonder why you didn't spend your time better, you know? Yeah. But I guess that doesn't matter either way. So what about you? I'm sure you didn't spend all your time listening to ABBA. Actually, I did. Silence. I used to travel a lot, being a drifter and all, looking for work and stuff. I suppose you could call me a bit of a nomad. Drifter, nomad, whichever. Well, that sure is lofty. That sounds really cliche. Not really. It sort of suits you. You calling me dirty? Because I am. To tell you the truth, I haven't really had much purpose in a while. I've just been getting by. When you can't find something to do, you sort of lose yourself. It gets to a pretty dark place. Oh boy. Got to the point I used to wish I could just take a vacation from life. Guess I got my wish, didn't I? Oh, well, you're probably living more than anything now. Wishes never do come true the way you expect them to, huh? Yeah, monkey's paw. I love that story. I don't think she knows I've noticed, but she's been pressing at her gut a lot. Huh. I'm gonna guess she's kind of having some feminine issues right now. Wonder if she's still alright. Since I first ran into her, she's been in a rough way, and I'm not sure it's gotten much better. We probably should have looked for some more bags of that ginger stuff. Ask if she's nauseous, comment on her hand. You know what, be upfront. Ask if she's nauseous. Still feeling nauseous? Huh? Oh yeah, it's gotten a little better, but I'm just exhausted, which doesn't help things. You know how it is. I do, but Christ, I'm really not equipped for this. Yeah. I know first aid, I can stitch up a cut, but gastric distress is a bit beyond me. Well, if you think it's just gastric distress, Gas X, that's really all you need. Do you think we should stop and rest? Nah, like it or not, we'll be stopping soon anyway. Braking would just waste gas. Fair enough. Right, the fuel. If everything wasn't so weird these days anyway, I'd call it suspicious that there was only a single tank's worth left. Not much we can do about that, though. Onward it is, then. And more silence. And it's very dark now. Do you ever wonder? Like, why us? How do we make it this far? And is it really such a good thing that we're still alive? You know, not really. I wouldn't personally, because let's face it, if I'm still going, then that means I'm surviving and at least living. So I would be okay with it. Huh, didn't I used to? Honestly, I try not to think so hard about stuff like that. If I stopped to wonder what my own life was worth, It's a dangerous train of thought, I'll tell you that. We're here, that's what matters. Despite it all, we're here and we're safe. Fair enough. The how and why of it's just garnish on the salad. I suppose, but I mean, like, don't they say that if you don't understand your history, you'll make the same mistakes in the future? You know, I didn't believe it at first. I mean, we were really facing the apocalypse or whatever. So the first couple of months, I just kept working, kept on like everything was fine. And then, silence again. Listen, you don't gotta answer me if you don't want to, but your old man, what happened? My dad? Ha. Oh, this ought to be good. So he needed more beer, right? Of course he did. He was a deadbeat alcoholic. But they wouldn't even let him in the nearby liquor store anymore, so he wandered off to another one. That's impressive, the fact that a liquor store would shut somebody down like that. I've never heard of that happening, at least in the real world. Or at least not around me. Not to say that that doesn't happen. It just doesn't seem like it happens all the time. So, just so happened that that part of the town was infested. It took a while before I even noticed, since he wasn't really any different from usual. Wow, so he was basically a zombie while he was an alcoholic and living. Wow. That's pretty pathetic, huh? But so was my dad. And in the end, I won't be doing much better. Aw, don't say that. Great, now I feel like I want to puke. Hey, please don't say anything like that, Shelby. He was thinking that. He didn't say it out loud. One of us has to keep this up. Resting on her. You know what? Let's try to make a little bit of a... I want to make a connection with her. But is this too creepy of a move? Like, is this, like, a little too rapey? Just putting your hand on top of hers? Ah, what the hell. Let's try for some comfort here. I slide my right hand off the wheel. Wait, is that her leg? You were supposed to put your hand on... Oh, no, her hand is on her leg. Okay. Her hand is resting by her leg near the center console, so I reach over. All right, this might work. I thought she might pull away, but she doesn't. Her shoulders fall, and I think I hear her sigh. Silence. Wow. Her skin feels really cold. Is that normal? Maybe because the window's open? Maybe it's because she's sick. Really wish I knew more about medical shit right now. Well, if she had a fever, she'd be running hot. If it's just gastric distress, it shouldn't be affecting her temperature. So, unless maybe she's lost a lot of blood, that might affect her getting cold. Actually, if she had a fever, shouldn't she be hotter? Yes, exactly. A chill like that can't be normal, it's not even that cold in here. But we're still here, just remember that. Until that changes, there's still time. Things might never get any better. It's supposed to... it'd be stupid to assume that they would. But while we're still breathing, there's hope. Ha, that's really cheesy, isn't it? Ha. Anyway, I'm sorry about that. About your dad, I mean. Even if you didn't get on with him... What? Alright, so, even if you didn't get on with him, I bet it must be hard losing someone that close to you. And my hand is back on the wheel. Okay. Yeah, I guess. It all happened so fast. I'm still trying to come to terms with it. Silence again. I wouldn't worry too much. There's no wrong way to feel. I guess I'm almost privileged. No one I care about has been around in a long while. Oh, that's kind of sad. Silence. I wonder if there's anyone else still out there. They can't just be the last two people in the world. I wonder if they're stuck out here, like this. I wonder if we'll ever know. Ooh, and what's happening now? Oh, just a little flash forward, I guess. If the car's clock is set right, it's nearing 1 in the morning now. Jeez. The road is as dead as it ever was, but it somehow feels even emptier. More sinister. That's not good. Like all the shadows behind us are teaming up into a hungering mass, just waiting to swallow us whole. My eyes are getting heavier. Oh, you don't tell me he's falling asleep. We can't stop now, though. We've still got so much farther to go. Maybe you can trade off and let her drive if you're getting that tired. Even if we... Hey, RockTheGolem? Yes? How are you? What can I do for you? There's something I need to tell you. She puts her hand to her stomach again. Latent instinct tells me not to take my eyes off the road, but I do anyway to look at her. That's not good. She looks real bad, worse than I've seen yet. A couple of times she opens and shuts her mouth. Why do I have such a bad feeling about this? Because she's about to drop a bomb on you. I should have said something before. I wanted to, but I was scared. I'm still scared. Alright, just tell me what's going on, and please roll up your window. Damn it. God damn it, I should have known it. I've heard so much unreliable crap about the symptoms, but... Wait, is she gonna turn into a zombie? Is that what she meant by I'm gonna end up like my father anyway? I guess they weren't so full of shit after all. Hey, stop. It's okay. But just keep calm, alright? We don't even really know how this all works, so maybe there's a way. Honestly, if you suspect that she's gonna turn into a zombie, you should be taking some precautions right now. Not just being like, oh, it's fine, don't worry about it, it'll all work out in the end. Does it hurt? Not as much as I expected it to. I mostly just feel cold and hungry. Hungry for brains. I'm not even sure if it has anything to do with being bitten, so she was bitten. God damn it. If it wasn't for this, I might think I just imagined it. I wish I was dreaming right now. I wish this wasn't reality. Fuck it all. Absolutely. I thought I was keeping it together. Don't do this to me, kid. I swallow, but it doesn't make my throat any less dry. The corners of my eyes are burning. This is not good. Careful there. Remember that thing about wishes. Monkey's paw, right? Exactly. I guess sitting in a car beats having customers or my manager yell at me. Were you that bad of a coworker? Looks like you work at like the Walmart type place. Silver lining. Psh, retail. Almost as bad as zombies. Oh, retail's just the worst. Worse, probably. I try, but I can't muster up the will to laugh. Anyway, you should sleep if you want to. We'll probably be on this road a while. Yeah, you're right. No, don't sleep. Will you wake me up if anything happens? Ah, God, why are you doing this, guy? Like, she shouldn't sleep. One, because if the bite is going to turn her into a zombie, you should let her have the last moments of her life that she possibly can. Like, she shouldn't sleep them away. Like, that's just morally wrong. But on top of it, if she's awake and eventually, like, dies or passes out from dying and turned into a zombie, like, you'll know when it's about to happen. But if she's asleep, you won't know if she's a zombie until she wakes up, and she might actually wake up as a zombie. You don't want that. Of course. And hey, gotta be somewhere better down the road, right? Better than back there at any rate. Yeah, maybe there'll even be a station that plays both Atlantis and ABBA. Doubt it. If there is or ever was a station like that out there, I'd love to hear it. Hell, I'd love to shake the head of whoever was running it. This life's too short to not just do whatever the hell you want. But I guess it ain't the time to be waxing on that. Really? Anyway, I don't think that's how much longer... I don't think how... God, I can't read. I apologize, guys. I don't know how much longer this tank's gonna get us. Well, ain't much else to do now but go until we can't anymore. Stop closing your eyes. The road is long, and our course is true. God, you gotta be kidding me. Nowhere to run but forward. Huh. Wait, that's the end, really? Oh, come on. I was hoping for something a little bit more. Like, you guys were right there at the end. Like, I was, like, zombies, something, like, I mean, I get it. The game was supposed to be a visual novel with, like, two people in the zombie apocalypse. It never mentioned anything about being a horror game or actual zombies or anything like that. But I was right there. I just wanted a little bit more, and I just didn't get it. And, you know, I mean, I enjoyed the game, but just that little more is all I was asking for. But anyway, that's going to do it for the shadow that runs alongside our car. Guys, thank you all very much for watching. If you liked what you've seen and heard, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And having said all that, I will see you all on the other side. Take care.